What is up, guys? We are back. Road to 300 kilos, episode 53. 53, I guess you could say. Been a few days. I bought a house. Big deal. I finally bought a house. So it was actually my boss's house. We've been working on it to get it in a lot better shape, doing a lot of renovations to it, and got a really good deal on it, and all those renovations finally came to fruition. My boss got his place built and he moved out, and we were finally able to close on the house. There's still a few things to do, but it's an older house. I think it was built in the early 50s, so it's got good bones, but there's just it used to be rental property, so we had to do a lot of things to it before we were ready to move in. And we gutted the kitchen, did a whole new kitchen, cut out an archway wall area, redid one of the bathrooms. So yeah, super excited. That's where I've been. So I've been super busy buying the house, getting all that paperwork done, and then actually moving is quite rigorous. I'm sure you guys know. So anyway, hopefully within the next couple months I can get a nice little home gym set up. I've got a detached garage that can fit a car, and it's pretty deep. It can fit my car pretty well. So I'm hoping, I don't really care if my car's outside. So I'm hoping to just dedicate that to kind of a home gym space. Just if I could get some singular standalone squat racks that I can move pretty easily. I've already got a barbell. I just need to get some rubber matting to put on the concrete floor, and then some bumper plates, and I'm fucking good to go. That's all you need in life, right? Squat rack and some plates and a barbell. I mean, come on. You can do a million things with that. So what we got here for you today is a nice little strength session. So I've got pause squats, and then we've got we got deadlifts, and then some back extensions and some ab work. So, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing heavy squats and heavy deadlifts for I think 4x4, 5x5, anywhere in that area, for both exercises, it definitely fatigues you. So we got the pause squats first. I think this is at 147.5 kg, and this is for 4 sets of 4, I believe. No, sorry, 5 sets of 3 maybe. It's been a few days since I recorded this session, so forgive me if my memory is a little lacking. But squats are feeling pretty good. The knees are bothering me. The knees are pretty sore. I don't know if it's a combination of work and training and getting older as well, but the knees definitely, they've been a little sore. Just when I hit the bottom, I'm like, that kind of hurts a little bit. But it's not too bad. So the week that I'm recording this, the first couple of days of the program for this week that I'm recording is kind of a bit of a deload. And then on this last day of the week, on Friday or whenever I want to do it, I'm going for a 5 RM on both lifts. So it's been nice to have a little bit of a deload prior to that. I think it's a pretty smart on Mr. Kennedy's part. But yeah, squats are feeling good. I'm doing everything super raw. I almost don't like using a belt anymore. The past couple times that I've used a belt, it's like I haven't been using it very much anyway. So the past couple times I've been using it, I brace real hard, and then when I'm coming up, my back, something in my deep trunk area, core area, in the middle of my body, if that makes sense, gets pulled or something. I have this weird something gets pulled, and it gets really tender and bruised almost, and it hurts. It's definitely a skill issue, I guess you could say. But yeah, anytime I don't use the belt, haven't had that problem. And plus I just like, I don't know, not having to rely on a belt. I don't think it's super necessary. I've seen a lot of people lift some heavy ass weight without belts. So yeah, now I'm just backing up so I can dump this on the floor. I don't think there was any reason to do that, but I just kind of felt like doing it for some reason. Your boy's looking pretty yoked. I took the shirt off on this day because it was freaking hot inside the gym. It was like 85, which I know isn't super hot, but obviously when you're lifting weights and stuff, you start sweating a lot. And I had places to be after this, so I didn't want to arrive with a super stinky, sweaty shirt. So I said screw it. So yeah, now we got I think it's 3x7 for the deadlifts at 165. So I really like this. I really like that I can handle this weight pretty well, because in the past, I've talked about it a little bit before in the past, but when I get up to that 180 range for like singles, doubles, triples, whatever you want to call it, just when I get up to that range, I think my deadlift form is so lacking that I get a little, I've never really focused on my deadlift very much, so I'm always worried about my lower back, because I've had issues with my lower back in the past from lifting, and it always kind of worries me. But I think doing the volume here at 165 gets me super comfortable and super confident with this heavier weight, right? So that way when I get up to the 200 range, I'm like, okay, I can definitely do this for one. It's just a matter of like starting properly. Sometimes I have a little bit of an issue with my lower back being a little bit rounded. And when I forget, or not even forget, it's a bad way to describe it, but it's like I just, I blank out for a second. You're just trying to lift the weight, and you're not really focusing on how to properly lift the weight sometimes. But I think with focusing on my deadlift, I'm getting used to actually like initiating the lift properly. And I mean by pushing through the floor, right? Instead of pulling on the bar, I'm just pushing my legs into the ground. And I know that should be pretty obvious, but I don't know, when you don't deadlift a lot, with Olympic weightlifting, I'm doing a lot of pulling, obviously, but my mind is on other things, so I think it just naturally happens that I push through correctly. And plus it's lighter weight, but when you get up to heavier deadlifts, you're focused so much on just pulling the bar that you forget to just fucking push into the earth, right? There's that old quote or saying, I don't know who it's from, but it's like, push the earth away from you is what you're trying to do. So that's what I'm doing here, and it worked out really well. Can't complain. Maybe this was for 5x5. I don't know. Who cares? I put some work in, that's all I know. Definitely getting fatigued. But the form isn't breaking down too much, which I like, so it's at a real good range, real good weight for me. Pretty fatigued at this point. I feel good. At this point, but I think the body's like running out of juice. Like I'm not really breathing heavy or anything like that, obviously, but the body is feeling like when I go to lift this, it's like starting to slow down a little bit. Got a little bit of a hitching point there, but nothing too bad. I can't complain too much. I think we got one more set. I know this is, sorry I've been doing, well, I shouldn't say sorry, fuck it. I can do whatever I want, obviously. But clearly this is an Olympic weightlifting channel, and there hasn't been a lot of Olympic weightlifting lately. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this road to 300 kilos, and I think this is the right way to go about it right now. You're supposed to be able to snatch like 60-65% of your back squat, and I'm like over 65% of my back squat for my snatch. My best front squat ever is 180, and I've clean and jerk 151. So like that could probably go up a little bit, but like I'm maxing out my ratios between my Olympic lifts and my overall strength. So the strength needs to go up, and then the Olympic lifts can follow. So once I'm done with this little bit of a strength program, I think I'm on week 6 out of 10. So another month, and then after that, hopefully I can have my home gym to where I can be a lot more consistent with doing like a strict like 5 day a week weightlifting program. So I'm looking really forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. I appreciate you sticking around for some of the more boring lifts. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing to watch someone just squat and deadlift, but it's all part of the journey, right? So now we've got paused back extensions. I'm pausing for 5 seconds. I've sped this up a little bit because again, this is pretty boring stuff. But I just want to show you guys some of the stuff, everything that I'm doing. So just 5 sets of 5 for pause back extensions for 5 seconds. The first 4 or 5 weeks of the program, you're just doing back extensions, and now you're doing pause back extensions, and it feels good. You gotta put your stuff up, put the thing back, bada bang, bada boom, be a good gym member. Oh, not right. There you go. So now we've got weighted planks. And I did this first set, I put a 25 kilo plate on my back, and I think I did like a minute. And then the second set, I ended up doing like 40 seconds, I think. I probably could have went a little longer, but honestly, one of the limiting factors is like your toes and your shoulders get like tired. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bitch. Who knows? But anyway, this is pretty much the last thing. If you guys made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. I've got a 5RM coming up, and I'll try to film that. And then hopefully that'll be the next episode. So please stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.